Welcome to David Pulfus Speaks, and I am David Pulfus, and I'm gonna get right to it because I got this new company that I'm gonna look at and determine whether or not it's a scam or not, which is called Bitclub Network, and I'm gonna see if we can actually prove that it is or prove that it's not. Is it is or is it ain't? So I've actually put together a couple slides for you guys. So without further ado, let's get this bad boy started. Let's get it cracking. All right. I got my little fancy presentation here. So here we go. So Bitclub Network Scam. Is it or ain't it? So in my opinion, I think, we throw words around all the time and we don't really have a working definition of what they are. So I want to first establish what a scam is. And I went to our resourceful go-to place, which is Google Dictionary, and Google Dictionary defines scam as a dishonest scheme, a fraud. And then also, for all you old heads, I went to Webster Dictionary to see what how they define scam, and it basically says that a fraudulent or deceptive act or operation. A fraudulent or deceptive act or operation. So let's see if we can establish any of this mishaps, this mischievousness going on in Bitclub Network. So the first thing, let's look at the longevity and sustainability. BCN, I'll use BCN as Bitclub Network as to make it short because it's kind of a long word. It's a global network that was established over 3.5 years ago for the sole purpose of mining Bitcoin, that's BTC for those who don't know, via crowd-funded mining pools and an affiliate structure that I personally have never seen before. And I'll get into that more later, but let me say it's pretty powerful, that affiliate structure. Now, the reason why I found and put in this slide that it's 3.5 years old, because if you look at just the history of Bitcoin, which is like the granddaddy of all cryptocurrencies, it was established basically in late 2008, like November, December is when the white paper was written, and then it was went public on the blockchain in 2009. So right now we're just in 2018, so that's about nine, almost 10 years ago. And this company, first of all, has sustained itself over the 2 years. Most companies, they live or die within the first 2 years, and that's reputable businesses who have positive intent in mind. Since cryptocurrency has came on the market, there's been a lot of businesses that's not have that positive intent. And right now, let's give them a benefit of doubt and say that they do have a positive intent. They've lasted for 3.5 years. That's like 1/3 of the inception of Bitcoin. So that's something that I think we should take note of. Its longevity and its sustainability. Now let's establish what exactly is mining, because people are very confused about what mining is, and it's not that difficult, and I like to reduce things to the ridiculous. So mining is basically the term that we use to describe the process of maintaining the integrity of the blockchain. The blockchain is basically Internet 2.0. It's an open public ledger that shows all transactions, not only Bitcoin but all cryptocurrencies. And at the making of this video, there's like over 1,200 cryptocurrencies on the market right now. And they also, miners mine by also solving a complex mathematical equation. Once they do that, they're rewarded a certain amount of Bitcoin. So that's the whole process of mining in a nutshell. All right. The next thing that's important, I think one should take in consideration is, can I actually get to this place where you say things are happening? So a physical location. Bitclub Network has a massive mining farm in Ireland where you can go visit, take a tour, and not only see your equipment, but all the equipment of all the members and how they work together. I just got off a webinar with one of the owners, and they are about to they just located some land in Montana in the U.S., and they're about to establish a huge, I think it's going to be double the size of the one that's in Ireland now. So they're actually, continuing to grow their capacity to have more mining equipment so they can do even greater what they've done thus far. So, and these are just some pictures of how they stack each of the hardware up, and how they, the sole purpose is just to mine Bitcoin and verify transactions on the blockchain. The next thing that you want to be able to do is to verify what they say that they're doing. They can either do this by being 100% transparency, which I'll show you their site that they created, which is bitclubpool.com, in which case they actually do that. And also there's a third-party validation tool called blockchain.info/pool, which is actually that's where everything is verified there. And if it's not on the blockchain, then there's some question about whether or not people are saying what they're claiming. So let me actually just pause right now and let's go check out the blockchain info. Let's go to blockchain. Here we go. So basically, if you just go to blockchain info, blockchain.info, you'll get to the mother page of everything. And within this site it's a third-party validation site that has Googobs of everything that happens on the blockchain is listed here. So one of the ways of seeing this is by looking at the chart, which is the blockchain.info/pool. You can actually type it in, or you go down to the hash rate distribution, and you can see as of today, as me shooting this video, and we look at the 4-day, what has happened in the past 4 days. These are the big movers and shakers that are on the blockchain. And right now, Bitcoin is actually, it's a little down, because typically they're in the anywhere from 2.8 to the 3 to 4% range. But I'm gonna show you, I'm being very honest and transparent with you. Right now, I know that they're acquiring more. They've already acquired more hardware, petahash, to actually grow their space on the blockchain, and they're getting online with that. But today, and for the past 4 days, they're representing the 1.5%. These other guys are basically all China, and if all the miners that's on the blockchain, there's only one company that allows individuals to actually become a member, to be grandfathered and to become a member of the organization, and to have a mining pool share so that you can actually partake of mining. So, and that one is Bitclub Network. And within that, you can see exactly what they've done. And right now they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Today they're 11th, one of the top 11 miners. And if you will actually click on there, you can see what was the last block that they received that they actually mined. So if you click on the hashing number, and it's going to show you exactly, that's the name of their block that they were given. This was it was relayed by Bitclub Network. This is actually right now it's in dollars, but let's put it in Bitcoin. So they were, by solving this mathematical equation, they were awarded 14 Bitcoins. Total was 12.5, but you have transaction fees was 1.6, yada yada yada, and then you have, if you combine those together, you get 14.3. Now that's just within the last 4 days. If this is Bitcoin's address, I'm sorry, this is Bitclub's address that they have established on the blockchain. If you click on that, you'll see that within the last 2.5 years, they have successfully mined over 68,000 Bitcoin. And even at today's price of what that means in dollars and cents today, with Bitcoin being down, it's been on this downward turn. And right now, I think it's a little like hovering around 7,000. One Bitcoin, $7,000 per one Bitcoin. It's still showing you that they have, over the lifetime, almost $500,000 they have received from mining Bitcoin. And this is final balance. This is their reserves. They have over $100 million in reserve that their members just keep on the blockchain, and have not taken away from their blockchain, which they can do whenever they want to. And that's what it is in Bitcoin, 16,000. Now, this is interesting to note because right now, as of today, there's been over 16 million Bitcoins that have been mined, and there's only 21 million total. So that just goes to show you how much they've been doing in the past 2.5 years, and actually what their position to do is going to be greater based upon the fact that they're actually have acquired more petahash. Now, what that means is there's a lot of terminology that you may not know, but let's not get caught up in all these words. I'll provide you some definitions for all these words later. But if you actually go to their site, the Bitclub Pool, now this is their own site that they created to help verify exactly what is going on. Let me hit a refresh to make sure that we have the latest info. So as of right now, their pool hash rate is 336 petahash. That's basically, petahash is how much power of computing power that they have, and basically how much computing power you have. That's how aggressive you can go by solving these mathematical equations. Which at this level right here, this equation they're like what 2 trillion 600 some billion level of difficulty. And you can see their stats. But click on the pool stats. Remember how I said that you can verify exactly what they've done. Well, they've taken that information and made it public to you as well. That last pool that we just saw was 507,898, and it shows you how they were rewarded at 14.1 Bitcoin and this, that, and other. This also shows you typically where they are with their hash rate. They are, like I said, they're in the process of they've already purchased 3 to 4 times of what is being online now. So whatever they're doing now, they're actually in a position to do greater. So that is something of very interesting to take in consideration as well. So you can verify everything that they say that they've done, and that they're doing, and they do that by their own site, and also you can do it verified also on the blockchain. So that's very important. All right, let's get back to the presentation. We don't have too much more to go. So as I always made mention that they're one of the top 15 miners in the world. This is what they've done thus far, and how they've paid out over $500,000, right at like 490 now million to their 300 plus members. And as a side note, everybody who's joined Bitclub Network, they've made money and no one has left. So, and there's a reason, because they're actually doing what they said that they're doing. So I think that just speaks volumes to what the company is about, and how you can partake of it and take advantage of it as well, and be a part of the company if you so choose to do so. All right, so there's basically 2 buckets to earn, the way to get paid within Bitclub Network. And the first one is to passively mine the Bitcoin. We kind of alluded to that. We showed you the facility that holds this machine. These are the machines that you will purchase, and these machines are connected to the blockchain in Ireland. They're maintained by Bitclub Network, and depending on how much shares you buy, mining pool shares you buy, will reward you to X amount of Bitcoin over X amount of times. So the other way is to take part of their referral or their affiliate program. One question I keep getting all the time is that, do I have to do both? No, you don't have to do both. You can do one or the other. If you just want to earn money passively, understanding, and the whole thing about mining, let me just drop an anchor right now and say the whole thing about mining is like this. You remember there's a fable called Aesop's Fable, where this farmer had a goose that laid golden eggs, right? So once the goose laid so many eggs, the Aesop actually killed the goose, and so now that you have eggs, but you don't have a way to get more eggs. So unless you just buy eggs, and that can be more expensive because of the law of demand and supply. So the whole idea with mining Bitcoin is that you actually buying or acquiring the goose, which is the machines that lays the golden egg. So now, if you shift your perspective about, well, let me just buy Bitcoin, is it better to buy Bitcoin or to mine Bitcoin? I actually did both, and this is the deal. This is the thing here. If you buy one Bitcoin, and right now today's price is like $7,000. Okay, if it's like $7,000 for one Bitcoin, well, guess what? If it goes up to $20,000, which was in December. If it goes up to $20,000, guess what? You have $20,000 worth of Bitcoin. But if you purchase the founders pool with Bitcoin Network, which is like $3,500. If you actually invest into the machines that will allow you to get a founders pool, which is $3,500. If you look at their past performances, which is not a guarantee, let me put a disclaimer because we're talking about money now. I'm not guaranteed that you will make X amount of dollars, nor is the company claim that you will make the X amount of dollars. But they do have a history of what past members have done. So we have something to go on. And if you actually invest and purchase the machine that will in the founders pool, you will actually, for one founders pool, it will produce within 1 year, it will mine 1 Bitcoin regardless of the price. And within 2 years, it will accumulate another 2 Bitcoins. And within another 2 years, it will accumulate another 2 more Bitcoins. So you're looking at approximately 5 Bitcoins. All right, now we take 5 Bitcoins. Let's just say at today's price, which is $7,000 times 5, you have $35,000 worth of Bitcoin versus the 20. Actually, it wouldn't be that. You know why? Because let's say, okay, let me show you something real quick. Let me get my notepad out. Pause just 1 second. Pause. All right, so we're back. So, and instead of using my little handy calculator right here, I'll just whip out my bad boy calculator here, which is on another screen. All right, here we go. Got my little calculator. So today's 1 Bitcoin equals, let's just say $7,000. All right, now let's say that it goes up to 20,000. If let's say one Bitcoin goes up to $20,000, which actually happened in December, like I said. So it hasn't been there since, but you know, there's we can get into a lot of pundits and experts said that it will not only go to that again, but surpass that. But let's say that it takes about, I don't know, let's take it takes 2 or 3 years for it to go back up there. 2 to 3 years to make it back up there. Now, as I was saying, that let's say that you take half of the $7,000, $3,500, and buy 1 founders pool. Now, what you need to know, 1 founders pool, FYI, is actually 7 different shares, because one basically a share is $500. So within the $3,500, you actually will end up with 7 shares. So let's say, and like I said, I was talking about the goal, and what has happened in the past was that 1 founders pool has generated 1 Bitcoin in 1 year. Okay. Within 2 years, that same founders pool has generated about 2 additional Bitcoins. And year 3, that same founder pool has generated 2 BTCs. So now you have enough total of, I'll put 3 there again. It should be 2. 2, 4, 5. So now in 3 years, you're looking at 5 Bitcoins. Now, if it didn't go up at all and it remains at today's prices, which is 7,000, that will equal 35,000. 75 is 35, but let's put the math. 7,000 times, oops, 7,000 times 5 equals 35,000. So if Bitcoin stayed the same for the next 3 years, you would have mined 5 Bitcoins for $35,000. But guess what? Let's just say that it went to, for the sake of the example, we said that it went up to $20,000. And this said it went to $20,000 and stayed there. So now you take that same 5 Bitcoin times 20,000, and now look, you have $100,000. Okay, we're looking at $100,000 worth of Bitcoin just from mining with that one founders pool. That was value that costs. So right here, so this is the power of mining versus buying Bitcoin, especially in this day and age. If you weren't part of the early adopters, the early adopters that was able to buy pennies on a dollar of back in 2010 and 2009, then this is the next best thing. You know, you want to mine. Even back then, it was good to mine because it was so few miners that the mathematical equations were relatively simple to solve, where you can do it on any home computer. Now you gotta have special computers to do that. So this is the beauty of, and why you probably want to mine if it's not with Bitclub Network. Then and you can do it now, but like I said, you can do it by yourself. You can buy your machines, but because as we are like in this point where the reward is 12.5 Bitcoins per solving the mathematical equations, the amount of power and energy that it takes to actually mine can outweigh the cost of what you're actually getting in Bitcoin. Like there's like huge electric bills. That's one of the reasons why they have these these pools, like these mining pools in really cold areas like Iceland, because they can tap into the natural weather to cool the machines down. And as new technologies become developed, they will create ways for it to become more price efficient anyway. So that being said, let's get back to the bad boy presentation. We're about to wrap it up. We don't got that many more slides. So to basically invest into Bitclub Network, you got to become a member. First of all, you can sign up to the website for free, but you got to be, it's by invitation only, and you got to be grandfathered in. Each member can grandfather in a new person. So, and in order to upgrade your membership, you need to upgrade it to a lifetime membership, which is the one-time $90 fee, and you're good for life. I mean, it's something that you can will away to your kids and future generations. And you have the different pools. One, you have basically the pool 1, pool 2, pool 3, and the finals pool. Each pool mines for 1,000 days, and you have the ability to withdraw all the money right away as it mines, or you can actually tap into compound interest and create more pools, buy more shares, and create even a greater endless cycle. So you can actually mine for longer than 30 days. If you set it at certain configurations, it can be something that you can mine infinitely. So everyone has the opportunity to do that as a partner. What else? So the other bucket is the referral affiliate structure, and it's like the big elephant in the room, because personally I don't like MLMs. It's like the dreaded, it's like the big elephant in the room no one wants to talk about, and I have my own reasons for that. Some people love MLMs, and more power to you. If that's how you roll, then that's how you roll. But I knew coming into this that I could either be a miner and not even deal with the MLM side and still make out like a bandit, as I showed you in the example. But these are 3 reasons why I hate and loathe MLMs, and this is also why how Bitclub Network systematically removed my reason, which I was pretty much flabbergasted by this. So check it. All right, come on, y'all. Oop, back it up. All right, here we go. So there's 3 reasons. First of all, is their compensation is kind of complex. The compensation plan is very complex, but it's extremely lucrative as well when you really parse through it and figure out what's going on. But in a nutshell, it's basically built on a binary tree, which basically means you have you grow deep and wide instead of growing wide, you just grow deep. And also, in order to as you grow in the company or build your organization, your team, build your tribe, each sponsor has to become selfless, because in order for them to level up an organization, to open up even greater compensations, they need to actually help their team members personally help them grow their organization. And they do that by, I mean, MLM people call it spillover, but I prefer overflow because I like to deal with abundance, and overflow is one of my jargons that I like to use a lot. So, but because of overflow or spillover, each sponsor will actually put different team members in your organization for you, and as a result, it helps you grow. Either help you grow your organization, whether or not you want to deal with it or not, or if you do, then you're ahead of the game, because now this is something you wanted to do, and it will help you to get there quicker. The second reason is that partial shares. So back, you know how you have, we had those 500 shares, 1,000, 2,000. Listen, you can come in with 500, purchase a 500 share mining pool, and effectively have it on repurchase, and then you can allow that to grow into the next level, which is the mining, the 1,000 share, which is 2 pools, the 2,000 level, which is the 3 pools, and even the founders pool, which is a combination of one of each of the 3 pools. And it does that by the repurchasing of your earnings. And check it. I'm gonna show you mine in a second, actually, because I just recently, as I started my journey with this, I began to start my mining process, and I'm gonna show you my earnings and what I've done. But this is the one thing that really, more than anything, made my jaw drop, because the company has escrow for each of its members. So meaning that no matter where you come in at, whatever mining pool share that you purchase, each one has an escrow account. So as your team grow, whether or not you decided to do this side of the business or not, and if it keeps an escrow, so that and whether or not you want to do it or not, but if you do it and you get qualified, it actually will release the monies that you have accumulated through bonuses by your sponsor building, helping your downline grow. So those bonuses will be waiting for you, because in most multi-level marketing, if you're not qualified to do something, they're like, come in 100% all in all the way, so you don't leave money on the table, so you don't miss on this opportunity, so you don't this, that, and other. Well, guess what? This company has allowed you to come in where you're comfortable with based upon the dollars that you have, and as you grow with the company, you will not miss out on any pass ups, because it's held in escrow. Once you qualify for those different levels, then those monies will be released to you, and it's amazing. No company I've ever heard of have done anything like that before. So that is like really tip the iceberg. If you were like on the fence, like, my goodness, this is like a no-brainer, because at this point you're not losing anything, and it's like a huge upside by you getting involved at whatever capacity. And the third thing is that I like about the companies, that they allow you to maximize clone yourself, meaning that you can clone yourself. You can come in at 1 position, or you can come in at 10 positions. Let's say you have $500 and you want to pay $500 in 10 positions, or you want to pay $200, put $500 in 1 position, or any derivative of those natures. You can strategically come up with a plan how to best maximize the compensation plan. In later videos, I'm going to show you exactly how I decided to structure my plan and how our team members are doing it. But listen, you can come in any way you want to, or you cannot. But I mean, if you do, you have the ability. You're not withheld from not cloning yourself. You can as much dollars that you want to come in with, or as few dollars you want to come in with, you can do it by that. So those are like the 3 top reasons why, man, it made the MLL side look very attractive, more so than I ever have. Usually my stomach starts cringing and like, oh God, no. But this is like, okay, this is worth checking into even further. All right, so let's get back into it. Let's wrap this bad boy up. Let's come in for a 3-point landing, if you would. So based upon all my findings that I've shared thus far, I can honestly proclaim and decree that Bitcoin Network is not a scam, not in the stretch of the imagination. It's something that has actually got me excited about being a part of, the possibilities that I see with this thing. I see the big picture outlay of this thing, and this is the reason why I'm most excited, because for those who there's only like 21 million Bitcoin to be mined, and people think, well, mining is almost over. You can't make money with mining because it's expensive. This, that, and other. Guess what? Mining will be it will take the year 2140 before all Bitcoin is mined. So that's like over 100 years from now. Okay. Next of all, mining happens when it verifies all the transactions that's happened with all of the cryptocurrency. So I don't see a way that mining is ever going to end unless this whole new technology that becomes obsolete, which I don't think is going to be. I think it's going to be the way of the future, actually. So mining is something that I'm really excited about, and with this company, I think it's extremely reputable, and they have the roots, they have the documentation, they have the components of a company that's been around and has shown what they're doing, what they have done, and what they're about to do. So with that, I'm very excited about being a part of Bitclub Network. I joined officially the last of December, but it takes, I'm actually going to be documenting this whole journey. But if you would like to be a part of my team and run with me and us, then, this is a screenshot of just some of our team members. We get together once a week or so, and we strategize, we see what's going on, and we move as a unit. If you want to be a part of a team, I welcome you to click on the link below. If you want to multiply and stack your Bitcoins, then, welcome to the team and welcome to the party. We call ourselves crypto heads, and we'll be more than happy to welcome you a part of our team if you so desire. If you have any questions whatsoever, reach out to me. If you look below this video, you have all my contact information. If you think about me too hard, you'll get me. I'll make sure that I become very accessible to those who have any questions or concerns. For my people that are in the US, make sure that you read all the instructions below the video before you start clicking all over the place, because we have a couple pre-setup steps that we got to do, that we got to follow first. What else? Okay, yeah. I hope that you have found this informational, useful. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll be notified right away when I release the next videos in my series of this whole journey, because I'm documenting everything that I'm doing with the company. I'm documenting how I'm deciding to mine the Bitcoin and to partake of the referral system, because to me, from what I've discovered so far, I know people that are just mining passively, not having it on repurchases, not touching anything, and making 6 and 7 figures just by the referral program. To me, that is something I want to be a part of, and that's what I'm doing now. So if you want to see that journey, I definitely hope that you subscribe to my channel. And until then, I hope that this was very informative on my Bitclub review scam, which it is not one. It is not one. It's not one. You dig? All right. Until the next video, I'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.